Stage, clap it up for the very funny Notorious BFG!
Notorious BFG stands for Bald Fat Grandpa. Yeah, I'm 68 years old, and I made a new friend tonight. Her name is Peyton. And I'll tell you what, Peyton, I know what you're thinking right now. You want a piece of this. I can tell that, but I'm very sorry. I'm going to have to disappoint you. We can still have sex later, but you'll just be very disappointed. Yeah, I'm 68 years old, and I don't get laid much. At my age, the most exciting thing about sex is sneaking out without paying for it. But I have my memories. 1977, Costa Rica, spring break. I managed to have sex with 13 people over the course of 3 days. Let's hear it for the effort. Maybe I shouldn't brag about it. I got arrested and gang raped in jail.
Hell yeah!
But I'll tell you what, I've been married to the same beautiful Latina woman for 33 years, 3 adult children. Everybody's doing great, but we sometimes fight. Sometimes it's over something really stupid. Like, she once told me during a fight that if I was going to grow as a person, I needed to learn how to embrace my mistakes. Yeah, embrace my mistakes. So I gave her a big hug. Oh, I got in trouble for that one. So I said, how am I going to get out of trouble? I knew she wants to go to Europe. So I went out and I got a map of Europe and a dart. I put the map of Europe up on the kitchen wall and said, sweetheart, here's a dart. You throw that dart wherever it lands. That's where we take our next vacation. Oh, she was so excited. So next summer, we're going to spend 1 week behind the refrigerator. I got in even more trouble with that because I laughed so hard. So I said, how am I going to get out of it this time? You guys tell me whether I overdid it. I went out and I got, I love you, tattooed on my penis. Yeah, my wife wasn't impressed. She said I was just trying to put words in her mouth. Hey, anybody here ever have to do something really disgusting, but yet soldier your way through it? Anybody do something like that? Because I had an experience like this a long time ago. A very attractive woman wanted to kiss me, but I saw she had this big cold sore on her lip. Oh, it was disgusting. Yeah, but I soldiered through it. But I'll tell you, it almost made me pull out of her. Anybody ever get fired from a job the first day? Anybody ever get fired from a job? I might have the world record for getting fired. I got fired in the first 15 minutes. Yeah, I was working for, back when I was in college, I was working for a temporary agency doing bookkeeping work. That's back in the 70s. You guys probably can't relate to that. But they would actually send you out to different places to do part-time work. So sure enough, they sent me to a place called St. John de Palmacine. So I go over there, and there's this little girl. She's crying on the steps. And I go, what's wrong, little girl? And she's just crying. I go, little girl, where's your mom and dad? And she starts to scream and runs into the place. Next thing I know, this priest is walking out and he fires me. How was I to know it was an orphanage? Yeah, I have a kind of a crazy family. I'll tell you a little bit about my bringing up in northeastern Pennsylvania. I was in middle school, in a Catholic school, and we had a bully. And his gig was, he would come up to us and say, hey, punk, tie my shoe. And he had been held back 2 years. He was twice as big as everybody else. He was terrified. But we did it. We were terrified of him, but I got sick of it. So I went and asked my dad. I said, Dad, what can I do? We have this bully. He says, tie my shoe, and we've been doing it. I don't know what to do. I'm sick of it. He goes, bully. Bullies are cowards. If he's a bully, then he's a coward. He ain't going to do anything. You stand up to him. You tell him your dad says bullies are cowards, and therefore he is a bully, and he is a coward. You just tell him your dad told you that. So the next day, the bully comes up to me. Sure enough, he says, hey, Pop, tie my shoe. I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. My dad told me you're a bully. And my dad says all bullies are cowards. And my dad says you're not going to do anything if I just stand up to you. So back off. He got the weirdest look on his face. He turned around, got on his bike, rode over to my house and beat the crap out of my father. Yeah, my grandmother was kind of interesting. She once told me that she once gave a hand job to Albert Einstein. A hand job to Albert Einstein. She said it was a stroke of genius. Yeah. And my wife has an interesting sister. She had a daughter who was acting weird in a demonic sort of way. So she went out and hired a priest to do an exorcism, and it worked. The kid calmed down. Then my sister-in-law did not pay the priest, so her daughter got repossessed. I had a brother who got notorious and famous in this little town in northeastern Pennsylvania. He managed at 14 to sleep with a teacher. Sleep with a teacher, yeah. It was controversial because he was being homeschooled. I have a couple businesses. I'm a practicing attorney, so it gives me some financial independence. And one of the things that I have is a veterinary clinic, but it has a taxidermist on staff. The good thing about that is no matter what happens, you get your pet back. Anybody here drinking water? They always say drink a lot of water. I don't know about that. I try to stay away from drinking water because fish fucking it. Yeah, and as a lawyer, I had a good week. I went down to the port at the request of a client. They had a container came in of tampons from China. They said, we can't get it out of the port. There's something wrong with the paperwork. Can you go down there and take care of it? And I said, well, I'll try. Get down there. Within 15 minutes, I had the thing resolved. All I had to do was pull a few strings. I'm the notorious bald fat grandpa. Thanks a lot.
Notorious BFG. Give it up for the big fat grandpa. Yes. Let's keep this shit rolling. Next comic coming to the stage.